Evening, everyone. Just trying to catch Steve out. How are you all doing? Steve, you all right?
I'm all right, thank you. You?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. So, welcome to the Saturday Night Creche. It is obviously Saturday, the 25th of February. We are rocking towards the 48 and 48. Yay! Yeah, sorry. Too much screaming, you see. I need the fluids. So, yeah, so it's just us two this evening. Karl is exhausted and putting his feet up. We're going to look at your work, what's been on your bench. So if you haven't done so already, head over to the Facebook group and post up a picture. We're going to have a little chat and maybe do a little bit of something, I don't know. We're just winging it, like we always do. So I'll be chat Dolly, although Steve is ready to go be in chat. I know he is, but I'll do it.
No. It's too far away.
Too far away, yeah. Quanaman's first in, so good evening, ladies, gents, and the naughty officer.
Evening, Dan.
Evening, Dan. We've got Atol's there. He says, well, I'll be if it's not yourself and it's not a Tuesday evening. Fit like Dan. Okay. BSH63 says, good evening, everyone. Evening, young you.
63.
We have got Candyman from Mongo saying hi, Model Officer, Quanaman, Atoll, and BSH63.
I might be right.
I'm sure there's a Steve there somewhere, isn't there, Jeff? Dominic's there. Ian saying good evening, all. What's it like to be loved?
Dominic.
Scarly Models is there saying evening, one and all. Evening, mate. Don Padro is saying hello, guys. And I am struggling because I am downloading the video as we speak. So this might be interesting. Hello, you right? You're live to the nation. Anything you need to say? Oh, hello to you as well then. Results. Bye.
Cheers.
You called us there. Say good evening, everyone. Evening, Hugh. Hope you're well. I'm just going to point this out. Candy Graham from Mongo saying hello to everybody, apart from Steve. Just to confirm, he's literally everybody. There you go. Oh dear. So you're all saying good hello to everybody. Lights in, saying hello all. So he's actually saying good evening, guys, is what he's saying. So it's all jumped. Oh dear. Oh. So come on, guys. Everybody, you really must say hello to Steve. It's not fair. He's got his tissue and everything. That might be tidying up from earlier. But anyway, Atoll saying hi, James and Steve. BSH63 saying, hey, James, were you on Models for Heroes last night? I was, indeed. Yes, this is the good-looking face that you saw last time. A little bit more trimmed, maybe. But yes. He says he recognises me from somewhere. Well, it is certainly not a police poster, honest.
Not yet.
Jumpworks is in, so good evening. Evening, mate.
Evening, mate.
The wonderful Skullfish is in, saying good evening, everyone. Evening indeed. And BSH63 is saying hi, Steve. Hi, James. And Quanaman is first in there to make you feel a bit better. Hi, sexy Steve. He may be watching a different channel, but I'm not sure. But there you go. That's everybody and all your comments. So thanks for being with us. 14 people watching. It's a little bit of a surprise, I've got to be honest, as we
thank you.
Gave as much notice as we normally do, which is not a lot. So I apologize about that.
Just over 25.
Anyway, what have you been up to this week, Steve?
Listen, that. Just been doing a lot of posts, shall we say?
Have you?
Yes.
I'm sure everyone's seen it.
for some upcoming event.
Oh, what upcoming event is that? It's almost like it's a segue.
It's just like, it's just I don't know what to say. It's just something that's coming up pretty soon. So yeah, I've been doing that. Still got a lot more to do, and yeah, got a choice of what I'm going to do for that coming weekend, shall we say?
We'll come to that in a second. Go for it. Go for it. Painting says hello. Hello. New name. Nice to see you.
Yeah, not seen that one before.
No. So welcome. You'll get used to us in time. So you don't switch off. So yeah, what he's obviously alluding to is the wonderful 48-hour and 48-hour birthday bash. It's on the Saturday, the 10th of March at 7:30, wherever you are in the world. So yeah, so the idea is basically that you get a 1/48 scale kit and you build it in 48 hours. That's the goal. It's not a definite you must, but what you must do is take part and get involved. So it's not on the Creche page, it's on the Model Officers page, the Model Officers Mess Facebook group. It's that group's birthday. It's their 6th birthday this year. And as always, we're going full hell for leather to raise a bit of money for Models for Heroes, a charity in which myself, Steve, and Karl support in any way we can. And we've got a load of stuff going on throughout the weekend. We'll start in Australia is when the stream starts. And we'll then go over to the Netherlands, then the UK, then the USA, and we'll go around all weekend doing that. So obviously, although it's 48 hours, it actually works out to be around about 70 odd hours of streaming. So quite a lot. There'll be a lot of tired eyes come the end of it. And yeah, it's going to be an awesome weekend as it always is. So, but there you go. Oh, you found the buttons now. So yeah, please make sure you tune in for it. And like I say, as long as you take part, that's all that matters. It's just get involved as a community and enjoy talking to people from around the world and all that sort of stuff. So if you finish the model, great. If you don't, fine. If you finish the model and it's not of the quality you may normally do, it's fine as well. Don't worry about that.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, we all have. But it is really literally about just getting involved. So there is an auction. Well, it's actually 3 auctions. There's one in the Australian region of the world, one in the UK / Europe, and one in the US. Now, the reason I say region is because they are region specific, i.e., the postage, etc., is something we do not pay for. You pay for that as a winner of an item that you won in an auction. And obviously, if you're on the other side of the world and you bid on something, then you're going to be paying an awful lot in postage. So the choice is yours as long as you honour the bid. I would advise you not to strongly because it does get quite complicated and, as I say, can get quite expensive. There is more than enough of amazing things in each auction, so you won't miss out, I promise.
No, there's plenty of stuff coming up. We've got a hell of a lot of donations being made and some fantastic kits. But as I said, it's best if you don't bid on lots from different regions because some of the stuff it might end up costing you more to import it than what it would be the actual price of what your winning bid may well be. And we'd hate for that to happen. So, but like I said, as James said, we've got plenty of auctions in all the regions. So I think most of you are going to be pleased with everything that goes up to the different regions for sure. We've got some fantastic names and sponsors that have donated. So, yeah, it's going to be a great weekend on that count.
Yeah, I mean, I quite happily will tell you some of the sponsors. I won't be region specific in what they are, or like who's in what region. There are some sponsors that are doing all 3 auctions. I've not twisted their arm. That's what we volunteered. But all of the people that have donated something are all businesses, bar one person, and it's linked to that. Well, there's actually two lots that are linked to charities, but everything else is from companies. So that's fantastic support we've had, and we have had like SMS Paints, for example. They're in the mix. They're one of the people that are going to do an auction, a couple of auction lots for you. Outlaw Paints have been incredibly generous. In fact, so generous we had to rein it back in a little bit because we did get really excited, and once we started looking into the practicalities of it all, it got very nervous. So I won't say exactly what they did donate or they are going to donate at the moment because conversations are ongoing. But I know what's going on, obviously, but there are a couple of conversations we need to have. So, but then we've got a couple of model retailers in Australia that have got involved. Obviously, Metro Hobbies got involved last year, and I'm really pleased to welcome Models and Hobbies for You from Australia. They've got involved, and both of those people have really stepped up to the mark. Some mind-blowing donations. In the UK, there's a lot of people that were involved last year because they all said right at the end of the year, end of the 48 hours, that they would do it again. Not a problem, just let them know. But we've been joined by Mason Models, by Through Model Centre. We've got
Fred. Got Fred up there, Modelers United, haven't we? So as well.
Yeah, Fred from Modelers United. He was one of the first people to remind me that he was going to be doing it again this year. We've got Brevco Modelling, who are actually over in Europe, that have donated something as well. Loads and loads of stuff. And then obviously in the US, we've got a few extra items in there that we had last year, but the same crowd. So we've got Tamiya USA, Value Gear, Tankcraft, just to name but a few. So, and like I said, there's a couple of, I've just realised there's actually 3 ones that aren't companies. So the Plastic Posse have been kind enough to say they're going to donate something. But then obviously we've got something from Models for Heroes, which is linked to Airfix. So that's coming. And then the only, if you like, person is John Marley, and one of the reasons John Marley's donated something is because he's busy frantically trying to organise a similar charity in Australia to Models for Heroes. So if you happen to be watching this and you think you may be able to help, drop us a line and we can put you in contact with John Marley. More than happy to do that, because we really want them to have the same success that Models for Heroes had, and scale models for vets over in the Netherlands, etc. We really want to expand the amount of charities that are out there helping our military and civilian, serving and ex-service members of those services to benefit from this hobby of ours. So so it's going to be quite an amazing weekend. There are something in the region of about 30 plus lots in the UK auction. There is something in the region of 20, I think, in Australia, and around about to maybe a little bit less in the US. But that's an awesome amount of kit that's been donated. And then when you actually see what's been donated,
if you see some of the kits that have been donated, they're fantastic.
They're just amazing. So someone's going to get a steal, I'm sure. I mean, hopefully they go through your generosity to go more than the retail price, if you like. But that doesn't always happen in auction. It depends if a couple of people get involved in a bidding war. So there'll be a couple of snipes, as there always is in these things. But our auctioneer, Steph, will be in charge of all the auctions in all the time regions, and his word is the last word. So But yeah, anyway, enough of all of that. Please do get involved. Let's go back to the chat and just make sure we caught up with everything. Skullfish was just wondering if there was a 124.
Yeah, I just read that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you never know.
I would like to. I would really like to, but circumstances prevail, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, it would be nice. Yes, I have seen it. I've been watching that quite closely. A couple of different modelers have been building that, and it does look very good.
Yeah.
And it was quite funny. I was rooting through some stuff today, and yeah, I got the original instructions from the 124 Spitfire.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah, so yeah, look at the instruction manual for that. It's just like nothing to it compared to what the new one is like. It's just yeah. So whoever does win that, and it's going to be very good because it's been signed by the developers of the kit. So
all the FX crew that have been involved in bringing that to the market will sign the box, which is obviously a one-off. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Don Pedro's there. He says if you've got time, we'll join in. And we've got someone there saying hi. I'm not sure I can read that language. I'm really sorry. If you pop your name in, I can. I'll happily read it out. But welcome anyway. I'm glad to see you here.
Yep.
Thank you for taking the time to say hello as well, because that's very important. So 9 people watching. I'm not even going to look through the chat to see whether everybody said hello. But if you haven't, please do get involved. So the title of today's show is 48 hours enough. So the question to you guys watching is, if you were to do 48-hour build, a 148 kit in 48 hours, do you think you could finish it? That's the question to you guys. We're going to talk about the last year's event a little bit. I haven't got any pictures because I didn't get ready. If I'm totally honest, I didn't think that's where we're going to go with it. So, but yeah. So Steve, I mean, obviously, both of us have been doing the 148 build for a while.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty certain you were there for every one. I mean, you for all.
I think I've missed one. I think, but yeah, I've been for my pretty much most of them.
So when you do your build, do you always finish them or not?
Yes, I have finished them. Only just, mind you. But yeah, I've managed to finish them. I go for something that's not too complex, and I get to the point where it's if it is going ahead of schedule, shall we say, then I will add to it. Like so last year I did the ATST, and I got that built, and because it's a Bandai kit, so it's fairly easy to construct. And then I went to do all the flocking and not flocking, but all the moss and stuff on there, and did the base. But yeah, there was one year when I did the Tamiya Spitfire. I had a few issues with that, not so much with the kit itself, but with the painting of it. But pushed through and we got it done. I've also done the Hellcat, and we've also one year when we did any FOCOB we'll do. That's one of the first couple of years we did that, didn't we? So yeah, and I got a little FOCOB built. That was good. But yeah, I've managed to complete the kits. Not necessarily completely like every single piece goes on it sort of thing. But the best thing I can suggest is something simple enough that's not going to take you overly long. If you're going to go down a photo etch route, do it to a minimum sort of thing, the odd bit and pieces here, but don't spend like 10 hours just folding bits of photo etch just to go on and then start building the kit. Because also you want to make it wants to be fun. It's not just about the kit itself, it's about having a bit of laugh and the banter and enjoying it, with everyone. So don't go overly complex, don't go and buy like a 148 scale Lancaster or something like that, which is going to take you more than 48 hours, So, yeah, keep it simple. I've got a choice of couple of kits up there going to go there. Not quite sure yet which one's going to go for yet, but yeah, try and keep it simple is my advice.
So
just keep it simple. Pardon?
sorry, while you've been talking, let me just catch up with the chat very quickly. Obviously, I've been showing the messages as we've been talking. So Gary Stuff is in, Ian Douthwaite, Mark Shellard, all in saying hello, and Crazy Loco, of course. Mark Shellard is there saying that's flocking brilliant. That is, Steve. He likes that. John is there. He's saying hello to everyone. Candygram from Mongo is saying the sorry, the ATST, very nice ATST, Steve.
Thank you.
A little bit of chat between each other, which I won't highlight. That's fine. And by all means, do chat with us. All part of the community. Ian Douthwaite saying this year's 48th will be a combination of 3D printed and scratch building Warhammer, inspired by haulage related. Watch this space. So basically, what Ian's going to build is he's going to do a scratch build 148 truck.
Yeah,
with a Warhammer Marine on the back.
Yeah.
In 48 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking forward to that. I really am.
He's going to need some matches to keep.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, you guys are all just talking to one another. Crazy Loco, it's really great to see you joined us. Person turquoise waving. Yes. So, hello. I'm not turquoise, but hello. I'm guessing that's an emoji that doesn't work on StreamYard. Yes. I don't know. Oh, that's brilliant. I had to highlight that because I thought it was funny. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you do get involved with the 48-hour or any group build, really, if I'm honest, the kit choice is key. Clearly,
Yeah.
In a effectively speed build, if you like, you really want to go as simple as possible with your kit. So a little bit of photo etch isn't a massive problem. Don't have a great big sheet of it because that's
no. It's
for two reasons. Firstly, it puts you under a lot of stress and strain, but more importantly, you spent that money on that kit. Spend the time on the kit if it's got loads of photo etch to make it look right, and go for an option where there's not all that sort of fuss and bother. Now, the one thing which does happen often, in fact, has happened every year for the last 3 or 4 years, is the bar is raised pretty much every year. And by that I mean there is a certain section of this worldwide community that get involved who like to add just that little extra. So,
just a tad.
Obviously, if you've gone for a really simple 48 kit, you then got the opportunity to add a base, maybe a diorama, maybe smoke machines, lighting, and disco balls are optional, but not if you're in the Netherlands. They are compulsory. So, it's really down to your imagination. So part of the joy of the whole weekend is really to let yourself go loose. Don't worry about the finish. It really doesn't matter.
Right.
Taking part and stretching yourself as best as possible, but do not get stressed. And always have a backup, which I'll come back to in a minute. I'm just going to double check the chat because it is bobbing along. 25 people watching. Make sure you say hello, please. Gary Stuff is saying, I've got the Revell 148 F9F Panther for this simple kit and simple scheme. Absolutely. Good choice. Don Pedro says he's got an Apache Longbow 148th. Yeah, there you go. This is
there you go.
Simple kit, not. But
nah.
Yeah, he'll knock it out of the park in the first 24 hours, I'm sure.
There'll probably be a full diorama with it as well, knowing Don Pedro.
Yeah, definitely. And Dominic's just said, oh, yes, James, Team Netherlands is ready. Yes, I know you guys are. I really do. Crazy Loco's there. He's saying, I love the idea of how much fun the whole 48 and 48 is, plus helping M4H. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the key. We all do this hobby as a release from life and what goes on around us. So, why not do that with a whole bunch of people? Probably half of them you've never met, and have a bit of a giggle. So seems like a great idea to me. In fact, let's do it. I'm going to do it in 2 weeks' time.
Yep.
But yeah, so it's going to be great fun. I mean, the other thing I would say to you is plan. Now, the reason I say plan is because I'm going to use an example of one of our USA contestants. Contestants is the wrong word. Participants.
It's not.
He was so organized in what he was doing that he was actually painting in the air in the booth within approximately 15 minutes. He had planned it out. He had the right tools at hand. Now, you might be surprised to hear this, but hair dryers, something I don't understand, but hair dryers are allowed, and they do help. But don't leave it blowing too long; it melts. Anyway, but yeah, so plan it out a little bit. Take a little bit of time to read through the instructions, see what it is you need to do, and where you may trip up, let's say. And as I alluded to earlier, have a backup. So the reason I say that is because last year, was it last year? I'm sure it was last year. I started a 148th Wildcat, was it?
Was it last year or the year before? But anyway, yeah, you've
I can't remember, to be honest. But I had a nightmare problem with the PE and bits and pieces, and I got so frustrated with it that I ended up saying, right, okay, that's it. And put it back in the box, put it on the shelf, pull something else out. And I lost, I think it was about 12 or more hours when I lost by doing that. But it was fine because I had something else that was a lot easier. And before I started the build, it was a case of, should I do this one or should I do this one? I'll go for this one because it's more complicated. So I learnt my lesson. And I think Mark, was it Mark? Yeah, Mark was building the same kit at the time.
Yeah.
And he got his across the line and didn't have the issues that I had, or certainly didn't struggle as much as I did. And I'll confess, it's still in the box. I haven't touched it, so I will do it at some point. So yeah, kit choice is right there. Man says,
once you have chosen the kit as well, just go through it in instructions like say plan, but I would say make sure you got at least the right paints if you want to go, but keep it again. Go for simple color schemes and stuff like that if you can. Don't make it overly complicated because you will stress yourself out.
So Stuart Scale Models is there. He's saying, good evening, guys. Just got through the post yesterday, the Dragon 135th Tiger one. Having read the books about Otto, Tigers in the Mud. Oh, lovely book. Also having received a wage bonus, it inspired me to buy the kit. Oh, excellent. Good kit as well. I like that. Mark's just saying that I tripped up yesterday over the cat. Oh, right. Random. I might have missed something in the chat, so I apologize. Well, I hope both you and the cat are fine. Chronoman is saying there, what is a hairdryer, James? I have no idea. Someone that blows lots of hot air, I don't know. Yeah, other names are available. But so none of you, funny enough, you've all chatting away and all popping comments in and lovely, and that's great. But the question was, is 48 hours enough for you to build a kit? Do you think you could manage? Let's hear your views or your tips or anything like that, because it's about you as it is about us too as well. It's no one's special. Well, you know what I mean. We're all special in our own little world, aren't we?
You certainly are, Jane.
I am. Thank you. That's what I was alluding to. Atol's just shown his concern and hope the cat's fine, Mark. It's good.
You got Stuart Scale Models there as well.
Yeah, he's just saying it is built a few Dragon Tigers, highly detailed, and the end result was perfect. Yeah, I've not done one myself, but I have heard that myself. Crazy Laker saying, so I think I screw up. Just rub James's head for inspiration and turn it into a Warhammer or a Machine Krieger. Yeah, Yeah, absolutely. You know, all mistakes could be happy endings. Yeah,
Happy mistakes.
yeah,
Happy
that's what they
mistakes.
call them. Mark saying both are fine. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Atol's just saying there that well, James, as I'm busy with GW hooks, do they count? Well, now I'm gonna address this elephant in the room straight away. So the idea, the premise behind the 148th kit in 48 hours is because it's got 48 in it. So that's how it all come out. However, as far as I'm concerned, it would be nice if you did. But if you don't like 148th or circumstances don't allow you to do that, it's fine. Just be involved. That's all that matters. Just be involved. There are a few people who have opted for other items for numerous reasons. And I won't exclude anybody just because it's not 148. So, yeah, all I would say to you, Atol, is what is the challenge you're going to set yourself to do orcs, Games Workshop orcs? Because that's part of the idea, is to sort of have a bit of a challenge in the 48 hours. But hey, you know what? I don't know. Maybe you're only available one day out of the weekend because you're working the rest, and you want to be a part of it. So, yeah, not a problem. Whichever, not a problem.
I'll be back in a tick.
That's fine. So Dominic's just saying there, the kit. Oh, press the wrong button. There he is. He's going. Dominic's just saying the kit I have now should work. Yes, it would be good. Don Pedro is just saying that the Netherlands build in 4 hours. Yeah. And you can do all the hosting afterwards. That's cool. Quanaman saying, you asked if 48 hours is enough. As I ponder if a toy is a Kinder Egg counts as a kit. Well, it is. If it comes in pits, it is a kit. So, yeah, there we go. Crazy Lakers, they're saying, perfect then. I can get plenty of mistakes into 48 hours. Yeah. It's not a problem. Sarah Jane's there. Hi, Sarah. How the hell are you? I haven't seen you for ages. Hope you're well. See, she's saying hi, folks. Good to see you here, my friend. Yeah, so, yeah, like I said, you can make as mistakes as you like. You can hide them. You can show them. You can do what you like. It's all good. Skullfish is answering the question. I'm not sure, James. Be my first attempt. I will try my best. Kit not chosen yet. Well, as I've alluded to, just think about the kit. Give it some thought. Keep the parts down. The number of parts down in the kit. That will help you. And like I said, if you finish the kit and then you think, oh, do you know what? I can do a base. I've got time. Do a base. Do a simple base. If you then plan for that, but then if you in the 48 hours you don't get to that point, doesn't matter. No one knows, do they? It's only the kit that people will know about, and it doesn't matter if you don't finish anyway. Atto was saying, James, Orc combat crew wasn't boys, helicopter and Orc bomber. Oh, okay, yeah, no, cool. That's cool. Yeah, like I said, as long as you get involved, and I'm just happy to see people getting involved, and if it inspires you to do something a little bit outside your comfort zone, even better. Lots of people saying hello to Sarah. She's just saying, not seen me for a while as well. No, that's cool. Quantum is just saying, oh my God, you're trying to scare me with a full screen, James. Yes, this is the beauty of me. I don't know. Sharing hugs and different bits and pieces between people. Lovely. Nice to see that. Great to see it when somebody's not been around for a while to get the response you're getting. BSH63 says, if we want to do build for this, do we have to join the stream or anything, or do we just build along and send photos? Okay, so it's a really good question, and I'm glad you asked the question. So as it stands, we will use StreamYard for the build. So that's 10 slots. Now, as it stands at the moment, those slots are all full in all of the different areas. Now, with that said, we have so the whole weekend is split up into 4-hour segments. So your first stream will be 4 hours long, and it will be in an area which will be Australia. That's the first one, and then there's obviously 10 people that are there. Now, you might find as you go through the weekend that in the Australian section there might be some Americans, or in the American section there might be some Australians, or there might be some Australians in the Netherlands section, or there might be, you know what I mean? So everybody can go wherever they want. That's fine. Now, all those people have been told or about to be told this weekend, actually, as it happens, because the schedule has just gone out. So no, you don't need to join the stream. What we ask you to do, if you're not in the stream, is to use the Model Officers Facebook group. At the top, there's a pinned post all about the weekend, the rules, if you like, if you really want to be nailed down in that way. It's good to have a little read through. Right at the end of that, in a comment, you just say, I'm in. That's it. And then all we ask you to do on the day before the thing all goes live is create a little photo album in the Modelers Officers mess. You can use your name as a title. You can use a description of what you're building, whatever. As long as you put the hashtag 48 on it. And then what you can do is you can put your pictures in the album and everyone can see what you're doing as you go along. So progress pictures are really, really great. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to put up some posts over the weekend specifically tailored to you, to like a little bit like what's on your bench, but it'll be like 4, 5, 6 times during the weekend. And the idea is you give us a picture in there of progress of how you're getting on. And then what we'll do during the stream is we'll look at those pictures and everyone around the world will be able to see what you're doing with your model. Now, if you don't want to do that, that's fine. That's what the album is there for. You can put it in an album and the people in that group can see it, but it won't be broadcast on YouTube. But if you put it into what's on how you're getting on the bench sort of thing, then obviously we will show that on YouTube. Then the final we ask you to just do 3 pictures, maximum of 3 pictures in a reveal album, and that album will be up pretty early on in the weekend. So if you finish your build, whatever it is you're doing, then you put your 3 pictures in. And the idea for that is we will do a video in the week after the event to show what everybody's done. And like I say, it doesn't matter if you finish or don't finish. If you want to put your 3 pictures in, it's up to you. But the proviso is that by putting them in the album, you're giving us permission to share those. So that is the crux of the weekend. Basically, we have a whole bundle of people that are going to do the hosting. We've got a load of trivia stuff going on. There's just so much crammed into the weekend. It's crazy. So to be able to achieve all of that stuff, I'm very fortunate. Like Steve and Karl and Steph, Nat, Lewis, all people that you know, have all volunteered themselves after last year because they said I worked too hard to do something for the weekend. So we've had a really lovely team, all been working together. Everything's well in advance of where we should be. And it's amazing. So those people will be on the streams. Then we've got hosts for the areas, and they'll be on the streams. Most of the time the streams are full, but sometimes they're not. So if you want to be considered, drop me a message, and I'm happy to put you on a list. And if the opportunity comes up, we'll by all means add you. It's not a big deal. It's not a closed community on it at any means. It's just there's a lot of people that have got involved over the years that do help in the stream and delivering it to you to watch. So yeah, the more active you are, the more you put up on the Facebook group, the more we can interact with you, then the more we can. And same with the chat, because obviously there's going to be chat as well. We'll be throwing questions out to you, asking how things are going on. You're going to be telling us the good pictures. It's crazy. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, so it's going to be a good weekend.
So Sarah's just saying there to Atoll, do 48 orcs. There we go. Yeah, now there you go. That works brilliantly. I like that idea. Mark Shellard is also asking, anyone in South Wales area feel the earthquake last night? The earth didn't move for me, I'm afraid, last night. Sorry.
Not for a long time.
Yeah, I heard it on the news too. It's yeah. So Atoll, I didn't read the message before I put it up, but Atoll saying, Mark Shedder, is that why we lost our cold water supply across south side of Aberdeen as quake work underground as well as above? Possibly, I suppose. I don't know. There was a 4.9 earthquake, apparently. So, yeah, that's quite a large number for the UK. Luckily, no one was hurt as far as I'm aware, but there you go. So, there you go. We've got Captain Chaos is there saying hi. Hi, how you doing? New name, haven't seen you before, but welcome. Glad to be here.
Welcome along.
Plastic Alchemist is there saying good evening. Good evening.
Hey.
How the devil are you? Nice to see you. Yeah, and that's everybody in the chat all caught up. So yeah, I mean 33 people watching. Wow, guys, thank you very much.
Wow, thank you. Yeah.
Absolute pleasure to have you here. And it's great you're chatting to each other as well. I love that. So yeah, yeah, the whole idea of the weekend is just basically to be a community and do something productive, and raise a bit of money for Models for Heroes. I mean, last year we set a target that I wasn't sure we were going to meet, and we smashed it. If I'm honest, I think it was £1,500 I set as a target. We raised 3,600 and change. So yeah. And
really good amount last year. It was very good. So hoping to top that this year.
I've got a sneaky feeling that we're going to be very surprised by the end of the weekend. I mean, I have put a target for 4,000. If I'm totally honest with you, it doesn't matter if it's a third of that or less. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, every pound that goes to Models for Heroes makes a massive difference. So this year, we did do some merch. So, and it just so happens behind Steve is part of that merch. On top of my head is part of that merch.
It's actually on my chair, but yeah.
So loads of people bought stuff. Again, it was something that I was tinkering with. I wasn't sure whether to do it or not, and pleasantly surprised that a lot of people got involved. We had key rings, we had hats, we had t-shirts, we had aprons. Have I missed anything out? Oh, and a mug. So yeah, loads of stuff. And they went literally all around the world. So that's amazing. So the good news, if you missed out on the merch, don't worry, because what we're going to do is we're going to do potentially another run of the merch after the event, if there's enough people to get involved. Now, the reason I say that is because one of the great things about what happened the first time we did it was that there was sufficient numbers of people to get slightly better prices on the t-shirts and bits and pieces. So if there's only a few numbers, it does create a bit of an issue. So we may do the merch again. We may increase the prices slightly, but we'll see. We'll see. What I'll do is I'll put a post up probably at the end of the weekend. And if anyone's interested, put the name down, and when we see the numbers, we'll see what we can do. So, but yeah, hold on to your hat. See what I did there? What a segue! Hold on to your hat, because we'll see what we can do. All right. We may even now. This is news to the person that did all the artwork, but we may even have special merch for those that took part only. So if you're not in it, you ain't going to win it. Or you won't win it because you'll be buying it, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so we're toying with that idea. It is something that me and the artist, formerly known as, me and the artist were talking about as we did the merch run. So, keep an eye out for that. We have raised a reasonable amount of money. Obviously, we've done the Model Officers Mess calendar as well. And so all of that be merged and thrown into the Just Giving page. Isn't it weird? We're talking about Model Officers Mess and Saturday Night Creche.
Wow.
Feels a bit weird. But yeah, so Atoll's just replied to Sarah's 48 orcs comment. I have more than 60. Oh, right, okay.
Oh, there you go.
Fighter, depending on what is easier to construct and paint. Well, there you go. I personally, I won't tell anybody that you're going to do 60 plus vehicles and a bomber fighter. We'll keep it between us. Crazy Loco saying merch? Question mark? There was merch. Yeah. And one of the people that were lucky to buy it was Plastic Elvis, and he says he loves my merch. And actually, I've just suddenly realised you need to send me a message, because I have a sneaky feeling that the box of merch that went out to you was incomplete. So yeah, drop me a message. I've been meaning to do that for weeks and I keep forgetting. But yes, so what we did was we actually did individual things. You could buy them individually, or you could buy it as a bundle. And I was surprised actually how many bundles we did. So yes, you haven't said nothing to me, and it's not because I've been hiding it. I literally got it over there. So, and it's been in my front room since I sent the parcels out. So I know it's yours, and I literally brought it in here today to remind me to send you a message. And I've been here most of the day and I've forgotten to do it. Silly me. So Dominic Pedro saying merch sending to Holland, mate? Question mark? Yes. Yeah, we had four or five people in Holland that had merch. It certainly went out to them. We had merch that went to the States. We had merch that went to Australia, UK, obviously. And we did have an inquiry from somewhere else, but I can't remember where that was. It didn't actually go through. So, but yes, yeah, we'll send it anywhere. The way it works is you buy the item, we tell you how much the postage is, and you pay that. We don't make any profit on the postage. It's just literally on the items. So just to give you an idea, when we set out the merch, we literally sat there and went, okay, we're not going to make a lot of money here. So we're literally looking at around 10% is what we made for the charity. I was going to put it through Redbubble, where you can buy it anywhere around the world, but literally the t-shirts were double the price, and that was without any profit. And I felt that was a little unfair. So easier, don't get me wrong, it would have been a lot easier, but yeah, that's why we did it the way we did. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. And like I say, if you are interested in merch, drop me a message. And there you go. There is the t-shirt itself. And there was lots of other stuff. I could, there's a mug. You've been downloading, haven't you? They weren't there earlier.
No.
There is actually a flyer, if you remember, with all the merch on, which might pop up in a minute. There's the apron. Oh, the apron's ace. I love the apron. There's the hat, as you saw, modelled by a very handsome person.
I haven't got that one.
So there we go. So Plastic Alchemist is going to contact me. That's fine. He's also saying he needs to know his slot. Yes. Mm-hmm. And Karl is there. Hi, Karl. How you doing, fella?
You all right?
I hope you're well. Saying good evening to everybody. Yeah, absolutely. Karl has obviously been working very hard and knackered. She's fine. We understand. Oh, look at that. Talking of which, the Mr. Childs himself is there. Saying hello. Hello, indeed. How are you, Malcolm? Yes, Malcolm will be there in the event. He's fully booked off. There are some surprise guests that will be throughout the weekend as well. And not even, if I'm honest, all the crew know either. Oh, thank you very much. My kind assistant has bought me a cup of coffee.
Wow, get you.
Don't know what's going on here.
After sight.
Oh, look at that. Crazy Loco. I do love Crazy Loco. He says, definitely want a bundle in XL, especially the XL and coffee mug. Yeah, well, I will let you guys all know. Near the end of the event, probably we'll put a post up. asking what you guys think and what you may or may not want, and we'll see what we can do for you. Not a problem at all. Yeah, Mr. Charles is saying he's good.
Jolly good indeed.
I'm not sure that I best not comment. Anyway, Mr. Spicer is there as well. Hi, Elliot. How you doing? Hope you're well. How you getting on with your kit? I hope you've got some pictures up in the what's on your bench section. Oh, that's a good segue. We'll be going to that fairly soon, actually, because we've been busy nattering for an hour. Can you believe?
Wow, already.
Yeah, see, I took the legs off her. Anyway. You're all right to do what's on the bench, are you, Steve?
Okay, give me a few minutes.
Oh, I'm joking. I'm not really that mean. Can do if you want, though.
Not that mean, but no.
Well, I've got fluid for my voice because obviously that's what it is. I just realised that my assistant, my darling wife, has realised that I've been talking for so long that I might need to stick something down my throat, keep me quiet for a couple of minutes. So we're going to head over to that in about 5 minutes or so. Going to have a look, see what you'll be working on. So if you haven't done already, go over to the Saturday Night Creche Facebook page and pin post up the top. What's on your bench? Stick a picture up of what you're working on, what you've been working on. Tell us what scale it is, what you've been doing to it, who makes it, and all that jazz. The more information, the more is to read out. The longer we can look at your work. So make sure you do. So there we go. Gosh, I can't believe that's an hour of me talking. Actually, that's really surprised me because I was enjoying myself.
Oh.
But also, actually, do you know what? While we're sitting here with amongst friends, why don't we just throw something out that we haven't spoken to anyone else about? So, obviously, every year we like to make it a little bit more challenging for ourselves, and every year we like to add a little bit more to what we produce. So there will be a post going up at the end of the weekend, maybe a few days after the weekend, asking you, the audience, what you would like to have potentially added on to the event. Your ideas are important because, mainly, if I'm honest, because we're insane enough possibly to do what you suggest. Well, I am. Yeah. Pop up when we do that post, pop up what your thoughts are, give us some feedback. It'd be really interesting to know. I mean, obviously, one of the best things from the whole event for me is I often get comments from people when I meet them or messages or whatever saying how inspired they are in their journey of model making because they got involved. So, that's part of the goal. So, there we go. Right. Okay. So, I'm going to talk for a little bit longer because we're going to give you time to put things up on what you on the bench. Crazy Laker saying auction items. Any hints? Well, I can do better than that. I can almost tell you partly what you've got. So let me give you some teasers. So I'm going to do the US because Crazy's asked, and he is in the US, so that would only be fair for me to do so. He says, totally unfair to do this. So we've got sponsor-wise. Who are the sponsors, Steve? You do that while I quickly get myself through.
1 second, because I need to open up that. Bear with. Seamless. I know.
We are seamless.
Right, so in America, we have Tammy USA, as we just said. I'm going to have to move the screen if my screen just gets a bit... I do apologise. So we have Tammy USA. We have Value Gear. SMS Paints have put in a lot in for the American lot as well. We also have Outlaw Paints, which are going to be doing something, which we're going to fully discuss later on. The Posse Podcasts are also putting in a lot. And then we have Tankcraft as well. And there is another one as well, which will be revealed when we actually go to the auction lots.
Yes.
So yeah, So an idea, Tankcraft, they are donating a cutting mat, a glue holder for your Tamiya glues and stuff, and there's also a steel rule as well. That's just
good layout.
One of the items. Value Gear, I can't remember off the top of my head what they were doing. But SMS Paints, like I said, they're doing a lot for each region, and also the same for Outlaw Paints. He's going to be doing a small lot for each region, and then we have something else coming on in a pipeline at some point. Maybe not for the 48 hour, but definitely stick your ear to the ground for that one when we sort that out. But still to be arranged.
Yeah, so I'm happy to discuss that. That's not a problem. So Outlaw Paints, Jason Bailey over in Australia, was uber generous. So the starting point for our donation was one donation to each auction. So that's one in Australia, one in UK, one in US. Now the reason I can talk about this is because I did do a post in the Model Officer Special. You may have seen it. But keep your eyes peeled, because there'll be a post going up fairly soon, just to make sure that people are aware of what we're doing. So one of the things in which was offered was a full range of his paints. Now, when I say full range, I mean full range. So we're talking over 20 kilos of paint as a lot. Now, that worried me greatly, because it's incredibly generous. And while the charity might benefit greatly from it, you guys are going to benefit greatly from it, because the value of that, I mean, you can all sit and make a few sums in your head. It's just phenomenally generous. We've scaled it back a little bit from that. However, you never know what might be around the corner. So, yeah, the idea is we're just going to put some lots in. There'll be 2 lots from SMS Paints in both auctions, and then there may be an additional out. Sorry, what did I say?
SMS.
Did I say? Oh no, did I? How rude. Outlaw Paints. I'll say it again. Outlaw Paints. They have donated 2 lots for each auction, and they have donated, or the starting point was a full range of the paints. So Outlaw Paints are brilliant. They're really well known in Australia, not so well known elsewhere, as far as I'm aware. I know a few people that know the product, but yeah, so we're busy trying to work something out. If we can pull it off, great, but if we can't, then we'll revisit that at some other stage. So that's cool. So yeah, so that's indeed, there they are, Outlaw Paints. Check them out. They've actually, what's more important as well is that they've got a new range that started to come out in the beginning of February, and that is going to be awesome. I can tell you that for nothing. That's a whole bundle of stuff. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled, because things will pop up about that. So Crazy Lake is just saying, I really appreciate how much Value Gear supports this cause. Yeah, no, they are brilliant. They were brilliant last year. They're going to be brilliant this year as well. The generosity of companies, small and big, is phenomenal. Yeah. So, you know, I mean, one of the guys in which I really want to mention, because he's been a great supporter from the first time we asked people to donate stuff, and that is Chris over at Inside the Armour. He's going through a bit of a torrid time at the moment, in fairness, because of lots of different things. But he still stumped up some donations. Very generous of him. But if you're looking for some reference books, some books on how to do scratch building sort of stuff, go over to his website and buy a book from him, please. I implore you, buy a book from him. InsideTheArmour.com. he's a lovely bloke, really generous, as I say, and a good supporter. So I can't recommend him high enough. And the books are really cool as well, really good. I remember last year I almost cried as I posted them out to people because I wanted to keep them for myself. There you go. So yeah. Plastic Alchemist is saying SMS paints definitely worth it. Yeah, SMS paints are obviously going to do some lots as well. They've been amazing as well. Through Models, who is a distributor of that particular product in the UK, they've been incredibly generous as well. There just isn't enough words to explain how brilliant everybody's been. It's just been phenomenal. Anyway, Chancer's here. Hello, Chancer. Oh,
Hey.
Battery in your watch run out again, huh? Mm-hmm. Don't worry.
Have you got a note?
Yeah. I'm sure you'll be marked in the register, don't you worry. So he says, will anyone else be at the South Chester military model show at Natwich tomorrow? I won't be, but I believe there'll be some people from Models for Heroes there. So go over and say hello to them. Malcolm is in the chat. I'm fairly certain that's the case, but I might be wrong. Who knows?
Models are there tomorrow. I know that.
Yeah. Going back to the UK, like I said, we've got loads of people that have jumped in and helped us. Mason's Models, he's donated, I think, about 4 or 5 kits, something like that.
Yeah. So very different kits as well. So not just like people that are just sticking to the same old, so to speak. Yeah, very different kits and some very interesting kits, shall we say.
And we've also got Through Models who've thrown in some kits and some paint sets as well. As we said earlier, Modelers United, they've thrown in 3 kits. The Hobby Company, and now the Hobby Company is a company that supplies to the trade. They've thrown in a few kits as well, which is amazing. Tiger Hobbies, another, he's a bit of both actually. But he's throwing some kits in. The list just goes on and on. They've just been really, really amazing. But yeah, stay tuned because hopefully in the next few days there will be a full list of all the bits and pieces going up. We are waiting for some information from the US side, but almost everything else is in play, and we know exactly what we're doing. So we will put those videos out. We will split them into auction sections. So there will be one for the Australia, one for the UK and Europe, and one for the US as well. So those videos will go out. There'll be a full list for you to dribble over and find out how many shekels you've got lying around the house that you want to throw at the auction. So yeah.
So look out for my page. You might have seen, hopefully you've seen. For the last few weeks now, I've been putting post-ups in various different model groups. First of all, we started off with who the sponsors were, and then the last few days we've just been showing images of what donations have been given to us. So keep an eye out from them. They give you more details and some what you can look forward to try and bid on. But some great stuff's been donated. It's unbelievable the generosity what we've been given this year. So it's going to be good.
So Crazy Lake was just saying that he's forgotten to order a book from Inside the Army. He's going to do that right after the stream, so that's good. Please support him. These guys that are not big multinational companies, they desperately need our support all over the world. Just don't always buy from the big boys. Look around and support your local hobby shops and companies. Because the quality of the stuff they do is there. So, give them a shout out and help. So enough of that. We've talked about it for an hour. Just to let you know what I'm hoping to do is we will have a pre-event show where I'm hoping to gather as many people as that will be involved in the event together for a little bit of a chat about what they're planning. Give you a little bit of an idea maybe, so it gives you a little bit of time to maybe adjust your plans or maybe just go that little bit further if you want to. But yeah, that's the idea. We'll do that. Some of that may be recorded because obviously the time zone difference. I don't know yet. I'm busy working it out at the moment. So yeah, that's the idea. We're going to have a nice long chat about it. So like a briefing, effectively, explaining about how the event's going to work and all that sort of stuff. We'll go over that again. And then obviously the event itself, like I said, the streams are 4-hour segments. They're all on the Model Officers Mess Facebook group. They'll all be on the Model Officers YouTube channel. And then after the event, we'll do a debrief at some point to keep you informed of where exactly we are. And we'll talk about the possible merch again at that point, I guess.
So I've turned my screen off because I need to bring the screen closer so I can read it.
No, that's cool. No worries.
Because I don't think I want to see this. There you go.
So there you go. Crazy Local Heavily Thought Black Rifle coffee in the 48 mug. Yeah, no, absolutely. Good idea. So anyway, enough of me chatting on. Steve is going to go through your work. If you haven't done so already, we may refresh at the end or we might not. We'll see. But I was going to hand over to you, Steve. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'll do it.
Oh, you've done it. Lovely. So this is the post that went up yesterday. Sorry, we've been so busy. We just trying to get other bits and pieces done. We are really concentrating on the 48-hour build, but it went up and actually had quite a good response. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, well done, everyone.
So first of all, we're starting off with Dom Pedro. He's in the chat, as we've seen. He's finished his 1/9 Harley Davidson bike customer special paint 4 covers. It's a gold, green, blue, and purple. Started with police bike to building like this. So this is the kit he started with. Oh wow! Look at the colour on that.
Oh, the colour's amazing. Really
That
is.
is really good. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what he's doing there. That's looking really good.
It's a cracking choice.
Is there any more? Yeah, there's another one there. Wow. Even though, yeah, that's some great colours on there. Even the chrome work. Wow. Oh, I wanted to get my chrome off like that, but I just can't seem to get that. So that's that one. Then we have Mr. Scott Solland, and this is his Tamiya Challenger 1. Has a load of update sets from the Scorpion model miniatures to bring it up to date. That's going to be a fine kit. Yeah, what Scott does with weathering wires and stuff like that, and the way he paints it, they do look rather good. And all those additional bits on there as well. Pretty good indeed. It's another one. Yeah. Some great detail on there, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna look pretty damn good. There's another one. Yeah, a lot of detail work there. And one more up the front, a turret on maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's looking cool. There, Mr. James and stuff. He's been playing with his curtains.
Yeah, so this is a scratch built foam house. Video of how I did it it will be up shortly on the channel. This is done for the inspiration box, part of the Sprue Box initiative. We basically set up a plan in which you pay monthly, and we send out a box to you every 3 months. And in that box will be a bunch of goodies in which you have to make something with it. But there will be an instruction video that goes along with it, and hangouts and other bits and pieces. So check that out on the spruebox.co.uk. look at the pricing plans, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, this is what I've been building. And yesterday, was it yesterday? I can't remember. Yeah, yesterday, last night actually, I did it live, playing with some curtains because obviously the foam is just cut out for the window to fall into. So yeah, happy with
very
it.
good. Yeah, I like all the different colours on the brickwork. Picking out, I bet that was a nightmare to do.
It's easy peasy.
We also got Mr. Mark Ewing. So the last few weeks I've turned to the dark side of modelling and working on an aircraft. It's the Hobby Boss 148 A10C, Academy 148 Phantom, FB Sundowners, and an Army Hobby 172 Hurricane Mark II.
Wow.
So this is the A10.
It's a lovely plane.
It is. I want to build one at one point, but there's a few planes I want to build, but at the moment I'm doing my sci-fi stuff. But yeah, I do like the A10 very much.
Yes, Mark, it is quake proof, that house. Been built to a high standard.
And these are the other two.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of pre-shading going on there. That's good. He does get his pre-shading done really well, actually.
He does, doesn't
he? Yeah, it's something I still can't get in, do properly with it. See, there it goes. Now he's laid the top coat over top of it, and you just see the subtle hints of pre-shading. Yes, it's very nice.
Plastic Alchemist is saying the A10 is not a plane; it is a machine gun with wings. Yeah, you're not
with
wrong.
Wings. Yeah,
wrong.
Definitely not wrong there at all. And there it is, just sticking out of the front of there. But yeah, that's some good cockpit detail in there, isn't there?
Yeah, what's going on there?
Wow. Yep. It's really nice. This is what I show my ignorance of what planes are. Gone terrible.
Don Pedro is saying I have nothing with planes, but I like this. Don, there's your challenge. You should do a 1/48 scale plane.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And there's he's done
do something different. You could even put a motor in it and make the propeller go round.
I reckon you could. I reckon you get the flaps going up and down as well.
Oh yeah. And the pilot waving, no doubt.
Yep. Sliding back the canopy.
Oh, now you can get a smoke machine in there without a doubt. Before it starts.
Definitely.
Be cool.
Yeah, the engines are just roaring up. So this is where Mark's painted the camouflage and everything. So,
yeah, and the Hurricane. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I wonder if that's done freehand.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It does, isn't it? But it's very good.
Mr. E-Wing, what do you expect?
Yeah, this is true. This is very true.
So, just so you know, Crazy Loco's off to work. Much love to everyone. Much love back to you, fella. Have a nice
care, mate.
We'll take care.
Thanks for joining us. Yeah. And talk level again. This is Mr. Malcolm Childs. Now,
would you look at that?
This picture does not do this any justice.
Oh, don't tell him that.
Because it's, when you look at that, you think, yeah, that's a nice plane. It looks good. But then when you actually see it in scale, so someone's holding it, it is tiny. And the amount of detail and everything it's got on this is just amazing. So it's the 172nd Armour Hobby Mustang P51B. It's the JMC Musaru Cup.
Yep. So
Musaru Cup.
Malcolm and I do a podcast called Just Making Conversation, and we were challenged to be involved in the Musaru Cup, which is basically where someone in Canada, the Musaru Wrangler and his crew sit and choose a subject in which they're going to send out to the people that get involved. And this year is the most people that have been involved, so the most podcasts that have got involved. And only one person from each podcast is allowed to do it. They're not allowed any help or assistance. It's all got to be their own work. And as long as you don't get a mug of coffee next to a model, Malcolm's your man.
Don't even go there on that one.
I'm only saying because I know he's listening.
Yeah.
But he's done a fantastic job, and I'll be honest, I was cringing when you said what you said, but you're absolutely right. Actually,
Yeah,
it's a 177 airplane, and it does not look like that at all. It is just
it doesn't look that scale at all.
No.
And he says it's all been glued together loosely as the instructions require, painted generally in the right way. I've learned a lot from the build, but mainly that 172 is not his scale. Well, I don't know. I've seen the detail of the cockpit as well and everything like that. It's immense. It's I've seen you holding this plane and showing it, and it's like, wow, for what you've done there. It's I don't do 172 at all unless it's like a massive 172 model kit, but that little thing, no, it'd be. But no, it's
done an awesome
really
job.
Good. Yeah,
Really
I do like that. Yeah. And that that is it.
That's it. Okay, cool.
Let me just double check.
You can do a quick refresh.
Quick refresh. No, that is it.
Well, that's everybody. Cool. Yeah, well done everybody for sharing. It's always great to look at your work, to see what you've been working on. I do have some breaking news. Would you like to see the kit that Stefan is making? So Stefan is the director of Scale Models for Vets. And he's the leader, the host of the Netherlands contingent, or European, really, because there is a guy from Sweden that gets involved as well. And I can tell you now, I knew this already, but I can tell you now because he's just posted up in the mess. So this is what he's going to be doing.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
I mean,
don't get me wrong. It's a good kit. It has a couple of things that are can be a bit annoying with it, but it's a good kit. But yeah, he's going to do that in 48 hours. And if he does it in 24, I will ban him next year. 100%. Yeah. He told me the other night, and I was just like, no, don't do that. But it's an inspired choice, actually, because obviously it's the anniversary this year of the Dambusters raid. So
yes, hence the 2 new kits that have been released. Yeah, well, not new kits, but yeah.
Absolutely. So who doesn't love a Lancaster? But anyway, so yeah. So well done, everybody. Thanks for listening to my waffle. Thanks for joining us.
Indeed.
I think we've covered everything we wanted to cover this evening. I'm so pleased that we've had so many people in. There's been a few people drop off here and there, but that's fine. Obviously, Steve's just put that back up just to remind you the birthday bash starts on 7:30 on the 10th of March, wherever you are in the world. Please do get involved. If you can't get involved and you can't be there for the auctions, there is a donation link in which I'm more than happy for you to send a donation if you wish to. And like I say, it's just there at the bottom of the screen. It's been up and running for a little while. There's a few donations already, but yeah, drop a couple of quid in there if you can spare it, of course, and help Models for Heroes and the people they work with. It does make every pound makes a massive difference to them. So yeah,
definitely,
big guys, really appreciate anything you do. Anyway, so that's it for us this week. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you indeed.
Not sure what we'll be doing over the next few weeks or so, but we will no doubt let you know as soon as we know. We, obviously with work commitments and all those other things, and the run up to the 48 and 48, it is somewhat busy. So yeah.
So look out for the posts that are coming up on the various Facebook groups. myself, James, and all the others are involved as well. Steph, Karl. You might see quite a few going up soon as well as we're getting nearer. And as James says, we're going to try and do like a pre-show in the next week.
Yeah.
So
we'll keep you informed though. But one thing I would say to you is if you have a Facebook group or you are a member of a Facebook group, make sure you ask the admin's permission, of course. But if you want to share the event in that group, ask them and then post up the thing. But please make sure you ask before you post. Do not want to offend any other groups and stuff. But
yeah,
you know, the more we shout about it, the more people will be involved and the more fun it'll be. So I've been putting some messages up. Obviously, Plastic Alchemist is shocked at the choice from Stefan. Said thanks for having us. Malcolm saying cheers, fellas. Have a good weekend. Mark Shellard saying cheers, both. Stay safe, everyone. Indeed. So we're going to leave it at that point. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and we will see you quite soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But until then,
take care. Stay safe. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.